Hello and welcome to KISS Math. At this point, we know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide numbers, whether positive, negative, or zero. We've looked at all of these operations by themselves, but what if we put them together in one equation? Like this. 3 plus 4 times 2. So, do you just read from left to right and do 3 plus 4 first, which is 7, times 2 equals 14? Or do you do the multiplication first and then add the 3, which would be 3 plus 4 times 2 is 8 equals 11. The order of which you do these operations, or order of operations, matter because if you screw up and do things out of order, you'll get very different answers. The very best way to know which order you have to do things is PEMDAS. I don't know if they still teach PEMDAS anymore, but this is the way. PEMDAS stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division, addition or subtraction. So if you see anything grouped into parentheses, you do those first, then exponents, which we don't cover in this section, but I'll leave a link below for that, then multiplication or division, and lastly, addition or subtraction. So back to our example, since we know that multiplication or division comes before addition or subtraction, we would have to do this piece first here, and then add, which is what we did down here, right? So we did 4 times 2, which is 8, then add the 3 to get 11. But what if instead the equation was written like this? 3 plus 4, in parentheses, times 2. In this case, although the addition of 3 plus 4 is supposed to come after multiplication, it's grouped inside of parentheses. And parentheses is the first thing on the PEMDAS list. So that means we have to actually do this piece first. So if we do that, we get 3 plus 4, which is 7, times 2 equals 14. So between these two equations here, although the numbers are all the same, these parentheses here give you a very different answer. So here's an example. We have 4 divided by parentheses 1 minus 3 times 5. So we know that the parentheses come first. So we'll have 4 divided by 1 minus 3, which is negative 2, times 5. And division and multiplication are at the same level, so you can do either one of those first. So we'll just go left to right here. And 4 divided by a negative 2, that's a negative 2 times 5, and we'll end up at negative 10. So here's a more complicated example, but if we just follow the order of operations, we should be all right. So I'll look for the parentheses first. So we have, I see 2 sets of parentheses, one here, and I see another set here. And technically, these are also in parentheses, but they're really just here to indicate that we're multiplying this 3 and the negative 2. So I'll rewrite this and evaluate the parentheses first. So we have negative 3 times a negative 4 minus a negative 1. And we said that minus a negative number is the same as adding that number and then dividing. So we have 4 plus a 3 times a negative 2. So that would be a minus 6. And the reason that I did this 3 times negative 2 first is, if you remember, multiplication comes before addition. Okay, so let me simplify this a little bit further. So negative 3, negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3, divided by 4 plus a negative 6, So that's the same as 4 minus 6, which is a negative 2. And now we're just multiplying and dividing, so we can just go left to right here. They're on the same order. So negative 3 times a negative 3 is 9. And we're going to divide by a negative 2. And if you punch that in the calculator, you would get negative 4.5. Or we can write that in fractional form, which we'll cover in the next section, as negative 9 over 2.